Hello and welcome back to the Flourgoldwizards channel. I'm Jason. That's Rigby. We're part-time gold prospectors based in Wisconsin. Today, we're going to do a little bit of prospecting versus mining. Now, prospecting is the act of seeking and finding. Mining is the act of gathering. And we're at a new location today, and it looks tasty. Just look at those deposits down in that creek right there. And I don't know if you noticed or not, but it is absolutely pouring rain. And we hope to earn your subscription today. We got a whole lot of stuff to do before the heavy rain starts coming. So we're going to get to it. Let's go see what we can find. All right, me and Rick Bone, we're on the hunt. Now, typically, he's in the lead. But he smelled something in the bank over there. So he's taking a little fiver. Oh, here he comes. All right, Rigby, find the gold. Now, the first thing I see on this deposit here is nice sized cobbles, and plenty of them are rounded, just like that, which tells me they've been water worn after a while. And there's all quartz, all sorts of druzy quartz. Look at this stuff here. Just look at that. Absolutely fantastic. Now, it's known that gold and quartz are often associated together all around the planet, and this is going to be no exception. Now, that is very interesting right off the bat. But I want to keep taking a walk down this here creek, because this is a hot spot I was told about by a friend of mine, Slayer Mike Fishing and More. Look, here's another awesome example of that quartz right there. Look at that. That is fantastic. Just quartzy, quartzy, quartzy. Rose quartz, white quartz, quartz. Well, anyway, we're going to keep walking down until we find something absolutely fantastic. He said there's some giant boulders down there with some great potential to hold some bigger gold. So we're going to take a walk down there and see if we can find it. If not, we'll work our way back. Back in a bit. All right, now here's a spot that caught my eye. Before I think I'm getting to the spot that I really want to get to first, I just have to stop and try. Let me drop this down into this. There we go. Now, this should be easy enough to figure out. Look how the material is coming from basically over the top of this grass right here, and then down and around, and it's making this bend. This would be the inside bend right here. That's why this deposit is here in super high water. And look at right here, this big line right here. That's all nothing but this sand right here. And then you get this way just a little bit further, and it's this size gravels. And you go another foot, and it's this size gravels. And then they slowly start getting just a little bit bigger. There's one or two bigger ones. Then you get down into here, and most of them are bigger ones. So this should be plenty easy enough to figure out where a line of gold could possibly be. I'm going to start right there. I'm going to take a shovel, shovel, shovel. See if there's any gold, any more gold in either one of them. Maybe there's no gold here, but we're going to find out right now. Pan number one. One little tiny teeny weeny piece of gold. And look at the amount of black sand in that giant pan right there. Hardly any at all. That's where I took that first shovel. I'm going to move up the ladder just a little bit. Maybe right there. Take another one. No gold. Well, we've been monkeying around down here for a little while, and I haven't found one tiny speck we found. That isn't much. So I think rather than go over this place with a fine-tooth comb, we're just going to keep moving, because the rain's really starting to come down now. We're getting wet. So, I mean, we're going to get wet anyway, but I'd like to see what's down the creek here. So I'm going to pack up my gear. Let's take the hike. Man, oh man, are we passing up some tasty looking areas. Just look at that. It's just one one bench deposit after another. A little creek going around the creek here. Little deposits in there. Looks like there's some larger size boulders built right into the sides of this here bank. And off it goes. Looks like there might be a little drop in elevation right over there. Moving on. Point of note. The amount of quartz in this stuff is absolutely incredible. Really nice looking stuff. Got some almost translucent pieces, and then we got some of this real deep, rich, white, murky quartzite, whatever you want to call it. I got a big, fat, juicy pan. Let's see what's in it, eh, Rigby? Well, there's no gold and hardly any black sand at all again. That's it, that little bit of black sand and all that gravelly stuff right there. And I'm looking for something with a lot more black sand, because the gold's gonna ride right along with the black sand. Now I've been trying up along the banks here. I've been trying right on top of these benches here, and I have gotten gold on this body of water before, so it's kind of baffling me as to what the heck is going on around here. I wonder if maybe I gotta go right in the darn middle, I don't know, and deep. Let's try one. No gold, no black sand. Moving on. Well, me and Rick Bone found a spot with a little bit different looking gravels in it. Let me get up to some of this stuff here. They're quite a bit bigger than what we have been coming across. And I took a little shovel out of right there, right behind some of these bigger ones. And I mean, there is some accessible gravels in there. I have yet to do a pan in here, but I'm just kind of getting my feel for what's going on here. Now I did try to move that big one there, immovable. And it looks like we are headed to some pretty big high cliffs over there. And he might be talking about up in that area where some of those boulders may have fallen down the cliff sides or something. But we are quite a ways from the truck. And old rig bone's getting wet. So we're gonna see what's in a couple of pans in this here area and then make up our mind. Well, I finally did find a couple of small pieces of gold. Extremely small, the smallest. We found a good amount of black sand, and it's starting to look a little bit better than it was down there. But I am absolutely soaked to the bone. So is Rigby. So we're gonna head back to the truck, warm up a little bit. We're gonna go try another spot that I've kind of got my eye on a little bit, because I know there's better gold down in that general area. But you know, who knows what could happen from here to there. So let's make the trip. Well, what'd you think about that, Rig Bone? All right, let's jam some tunes, head on down the road. All right, we made it. We didn't dry off any, but we made it. There's a big Rig Bone. He's still a little wet too. But I think this spot's gonna pay off. Let me show you what I found. Now this spot may not look like a picture perfect area you'd find, you know, a lot of gold in, you know, gravel deposits, etc. But I happen to know that this stuff right here contains some pretty good gold. There's a good clay mixture in this stuff, unlike the area that we were just at before. And I'm gonna pan this one out and see what's in it. And then we're gonna do some serious speed panning. I brought my classifier here and my little scoop, a couple other etceteras. We're gonna pan some gold. Let's see what's in this one. And the results. Rigby's pretty impressed, aren't you, buddy? There's, I don't know, maybe 12, 15 darn pieces in there. They're really super small. You can't, you know, nothing you could feel or anything like that. But it's a numbers game. Let's get some numbers. Got it. Me and Rigby are still on the gold. And we may have found a little something extra special here. Now it looks like you can see down in the water there a little bit. And all these really nice looking kind of reddish gravels. Just like that there. And then right there you can see they're all sitting on a nice gray layer of clay. And it's really easy to shovel. So I've just been taking my shovel and getting down to that gray layer right there. Let's wait till it clears off. And then I just scrape that top right there, just like that. See that? Let me get that water off. That is exactly the kind of stuff you're gonna find a mother lode on right there. Those gravels on that clay. And we have been crushing it. We have been on it for hours here. Hours. We're still soaking wet. It's still raining. But god darn it, we're having fun. So we're gonna do about 5 more, or as long as my back can stand it. And we're gonna get the heck out of here and get all those concentrates I've been dumping in my pail home. We're gonna crack a cold one and see what's in it. Back in a bit. Well, I found a pan of the day, and it's gonna be the last pan of the day. There's 30 pieces in that pan right there. 30 of them, and a ton. That might be the most black sand I've ever seen in one single pan. There's all kinds of great big garnet chips in there as well. And we got cut a little bit. That's no big deal. We're gonna get the heck out of here. I'm freezing cold, soaking wet. Let's go get this stuff home and see what's in it. Crack a cold one before. Oh, how'd you guys beat me here? Well, we'll just grab one anyway. Fridge of wonder. All right, I've got all those concentrates right here. I've been back a few minutes here. I got some dry clothes on. I'm gonna rustle my table up, and I got some water in here. We're gonna do some panning. And I can't wait to see the gold. So I'm here classifying this stuff into bigs and littles, and I found a little hitchhiker. You get dancing, you. Yeah, get him, Rigby. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is pan out the big stuff. Now I've got it all separated using my kitchen type strainer device, highly technical. And basically I'm gonna be looking for garnets. I hardly ever find any big gold in my larger than kitchen type strainer device. But the garnets are pretty plentiful there, and every once in a while you can come across a pretty good size one and a lot of green gems, which I also collect in this little vial right here. Kablamo! Got some really nice garnets in there, along with some of those green ones I was talking about. I don't know, they probably aren't worth anything, but I just like them. I'll fill up a couple of these little vials. Maybe we'll fill it up today. Let's find out. Usually you can pick them out pretty darn easy. I mean, that cherry red color is a dead giveaway, and especially if you don't have too much material in your pan, it's pretty easy. So if you just take your time a little bit, you can pretty much get every darn one of them. This is going to take me just a little bit of time, but we'll get them. Oh, by golly, I did find a piece of gold in the big stuff. It doesn't belong in there, but it was in there anyway. Let me get that back down into there. Yeah, it's just a little fella. It's got shape though. It wasn't quite big enough to go to not go through here. It must have just got stuck on something else. But I'll take it. I only found a couple of really teeny weeny little garnets in there. I must have been washing them out while I was panning, but I did see some pretty good size ones, and I got a number of pretty clear looking little whatnots here, probably quartz of some type or another, but I had heard that there are diamonds in there, but that's what we wound up with. They're going in my little vial. Let's pan the little stuff. And here's some of our little stuff here. I'm just kind of breaking it up into, I don't know, maybe big tablespoon size or so. That might be 2 tablespoons in there, but it's plenty easy to pan once you got that all the big stuff classified out. So we'll just run that over my little small riffles in this pan, and we'll see if we can find something. All right, now I want to show you guys one of the reasons I like finish panning. You get this stuff down to almost solid black sand, but there's still a good pile, and you just want to tap and peel it all back really fast just to get a glimpse of that gold hidden underneath before you finish it all. and then you see that one corner just start poking out with gold. I'm going to show you that right now. And there it is. I mean, this is a pretty good darn pile of sand right here, and I just wanted to get a little quick peek, and I started tapping it a little bit, and you shake it back real vigorously like that, and then you start to see that right there. That itself is exciting for me. I absolutely love that. And then I'll just wash it all back down there, and I'll take my time doing it, but that is one cool thing that I really enjoy. Well, and a cold one. And the gold. Look how absolutely infinitesimally small some of that gold is in there. That is absolutely crazy small. I don't even know if I've seen it that small at the darn beach. But that location definitely has plenty of it. Now, we did pick up a few bigger flakes, if you could call them flakes, but I'm happy with that. Let's see if I can tap that with my leg on one end and my hand on the other. Yeah, a little bit. Hey, look at there, we got a smile. Cheese. Got it. Hey, thanks for coming along today, everybody. We hope you didn't get too wet. Me and Rigby got soaked and it was cold, but we did find some new areas to work. We didn't spend a whole lot of time on them just because of the weather situation, but there's definitely areas to be worked there. So we ended up going to one of my old haunts, just a new spot that I hadn't been to before, and the gold is pretty darn good there. I'm sure we'll be visiting that spot soon enough too. So until the next episode, like, share, subscribe. Please do leave a comment. It helps build our channel. Flourgoldwizards out. Yeah, if the May lady can work in the rain, so can we.